All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It's Wednesday, November 19th, 2025, and this is We Grow Wednesday. It's episode 100. Oh, so there's no episode. It's 102 Central Time. Not episode, but time. What time is it? And, of course, we've got our co-host, Mr. Sprout, over here, just gnawing away. Yeah, I'll come and get you. You just chill here for a little bit. I'll come and get you in a minute. Guys, we're going to play a little intro. If you could help us out, hit the like button, share it out with some friends, do the thing and the stuff, and I appreciate it. And we'll be right back in 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Let's grow. Let's talk about health and wellness. What's going on with our food out there? Let's find out.
When the indoor farmer has a tale to tell, under the glow of LED lights where his stories dwell. He's not just growing greens, he's sowing seeds of thought. In a studio with a microphone where wisdom's bought. We grow Wednesday from 8 to 9. Tune in, folks, for our communal time. With Waylon, we'll learn to grow in life, in love, and in what we sow. He's a man of the soil and a man of the word, a veteran with a vision, his voice undeterred. From cannabis tales to the latest farm tech, his shows where the nerds and the farmers intersect. He lights up the airwaves with truth and care, sharing joys, the highs, and yes, the wear and tear. On We Grow Wednesday, we're all one big team. Growing together is the ultimate dream. We Grow Wednesday from 8 to 9. Tune in, folks, for a communal time. We'll live and we'll learn to grow in life, in love, and in what we sow. He's a man of the soil and a man of the word, a veteran with a vision, his voice undeterred. From cannabis tales to the latest farm tech, his shows where the nerds and the farmers intersect. He lights up the airwaves with truth and care, sharing joys, the highs, and yes, the wear and tear. On We Grow Wednesday, we're all one big team. Growing together is the ultimate dream. We Grow Wednesday from 8 to 9. Join Waylon for our journey so fine. Learning, laughing, and sometimes sad, but always together from the good to the bad. He speaks of the benefits, the pros and the cons of the plant that has helped him feel less withdrawn. With guests from all walks, stories to share, Waylon makes sure that no one feels like they're there alone. So come every Wednesday, find your place in his light, where Waylon, the indoor farmer, invites you to grow not just plants, but your soul, your mind, in a world where together we're truly aligned. Tune in, grow with us, let's expand our view on We Grow Wednesday with Waylon. It's true.
Waylon, the indoor farmer, has a tale to tell. Under the glow of LED lights where his stories dwell. He's not just growing greens, he's sowing seeds of thought. In a studio with a microphone where wisdom's taught. We Grow Wednesday from 8 to 9. Tune in, folks, for a communal time with Waylon. We'll learn to grow in life, in love, and in what we sow. He's a man of the soil and a man of the word, a veteran with a vision, his voice undeterred. From cannabis tales to the latest farm tech, his shows where the nerds and the farmers intersect. He lights up the airwaves with truth and care, sharing joys, the highs, and yes, the wear and tear. On We Grow Wednesday, we're all one big team. Growing together is the ultimate dream. We Grow Wednesday from 8 to 9. Tune in, folks, for a communal time with Waylon. We'll learn to grow in life, in love, and in what we sow. He's a man of the soil and a man of the word, a veteran with a vision, his voice undeterred. From cannabis tales to the latest farm tech, his shows where the nerds and the farmers intersect. He lights up the airwaves with truth and care, sharing joys, the highs, and yes, the wear and tear. We grow I sail on one winged steed, roving
When he
Farmer has a tale to tell, or something. I think that's the next line. Hey, what's up, guys? Wednesday, we grow Wednesday. Get through that hump of the week. We call it Waylon Wednesday sometimes. And yeah, we got a lot to go through. I had a week off, so I've been saving stories and different clips and articles for the last week and a half of different things. We're gonna pull it up here. Give me a second. I have a little area on Facebook where you can save stuff, and you don't have to share it. Then you don't have to keep like resharing it in order to keep it on your timeline. You can just save it on a list. So I'm gonna go to that here in a minute. Hello, everybody on the Facebook. It looks like who was our first commenter today on the Rumble? Margaret Jet. That's right. Hashtag ladies of WTIF. And you know what we're gonna do today? While I look at Wednesday's show as kind of a news show because I want to stop and take a minute to look at what's happening in the world with our agriculture, our food, our health, our wellness. But obviously, since I've been gone, there has been a pretty big thing going on in the hemp world, a big law that got passed or a loophole that they think they got shut. They shut. We're going to talk about that. A lot of people have posted some pretty, heartfelt stuff about it. I mean, I'm not in the hemp industry myself, but I mean, it is a very, it's how do I put it? Like, I am, but I'm not. Cannabis and hemp to me are the same thing. People are being driven into this sort of dichotomy between the two, and there's been a lot of animosity from both sides, a lot of people upset, and there shouldn't be those sides shouldn't exist. It should be versus, the government, I guess, is who's really making this happen, creating the two sides. So we're going to get a little bit into that, see what y'all's opinions are on it. I do have a lot of other things though that I've been saving. If I can find if I can remember where to go to find that, because I did it one time, and then I went on vacation. So let me see if I can find it. You go to saved. There's something saved. Let me see. It's in your profile. No, not there. I found it last time. We'll find it again. I do want to have a smoke though. We're gonna use cannabis during this episode, and we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna keep it becoming more normalized because it should be. It should be more normalized than alcohol. I don't know if you can have it more normalized than that, but at least as normalized. Comment below. Tell me what you think. Man, where is that though? I forget where to find saved managed posts. Maybe is that it? Is it managed posts? No. Is it on the professional dashboard? I don't think that's where it was. We're gonna find it. We're gonna find it. It's a whole list of saved. Let's see here. Yeah, hit that like button. We're going to get to it in a minute. We're going to get the number prize or number wheel spin at around an hour in, and then, of course, the door prize a little later. It's not news feed. Drink water. Let's see. Saved. Found it. Got it. Boom. Okay. Excellent. Hey Chris, what's up everybody on the Rumble and the Facebook? If you haven't yet tried out Rumble, give it a shot. Alright, so we're just going to go down the line. I have a whole bunch, so I don't know how many we're going to go through here. As many as possible. And I'm gonna do a little dab. If I could get some, I know there's probably a bunch already. Hashtag WTIF if you haven't yet. Let's get the party started. Alright, check this one out here. I just saw this one recently. I like it, but I don't know how true it is. So we'll just read what they say first before I read the meme. Sometime, and when I say they, it's Carolyn Bailey. Don't know who that is necessarily, but came across my feed. Sometimes all we need to do is read and study the old-fashioned ways and be disciplined with our food, and a lot of issues will resolve themselves. Go research how to help yourself is always a good idea. It is always a good idea. I don't know that this is correct, though. I mean, really, it's just a meme to me. But it does say parasites in the gut is called IBS. Parasite in the liver is called hepatitis. Parasite in the blood is called anemia. Parasite in the brain is called MS. Parasite in the hands is called RA. Parasite in the skin is called rash. Parasite in the muscles is called fibromyalgia. Parasite in the eyes is called floaters. Parasite in the intestines is called colitis. So there is something to be said about the fact that a lot of people get parasites, and we want to attribute them to other things. There's some studies coming out. There's some information coming out about cancer where they think it's actually a parasite. They think there might, or maybe some cancers, maybe it's not all, but very interesting though. And I think at the very least we could say that it would be a good idea for us to do a cleanse. And that doesn't mean you have to eat horse paste. It doesn't mean that you even have to use ivermectin. There are other ways, there are other cleanses that you can do. I don't know of all of them, but I just happen to know ivermectin is a sort of inexpensive and safe way to do it. I haven't done it myself. I'm sitting here talking about it, and I still haven't done it yet. So I want to do it. I know some people in the audience that have. I don't know if they're in the house right now, but yeah, I mean, I think it's something that we should all do, a little cleanse. I'm going to do it. I'm going to talk about it when I do, and maybe I'll even get a little bit of, like, footage, something crazy, you know? Get some crazy footage of some parasites all just, like, nothing. I guess I won't go into it, but I just imagine, like, alien-looking little worms sticking out of the poop or something. I don't know how that works, but we'll see. We'll see. See if we can work on the parasite cleanse. Okay, here we go. This next reel is from Jessica Castro. No microwave, no plastic, no toxic exposure. Just simple, safe, non-toxic reheating. It's the heating rack. This heating rack. Simple steps: pour 1 cup of water in the pan. Leftovers in a glass. Although, okay. So this is a way to reheat leftovers. It's kind of like a double boiler kind of thing. Check this out. Yeah, I have to mute the music, but yeah, this is an interesting way to reheat food. You put it in glass, put it in that, you put it on like a grill inside your cast iron with some oil underneath. It's kind of a cool idea. We don't need to spend a lot of time on it, but I thought this was cool. For those of you that don't have an air fryer or don't want to reheat things in air fryers, because I quit using a microwave a long time ago for different reasons. I don't think they're good for us. Just something that I decided not to use. Cheers, Alice. Cheers, Jess. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, something I just decided not to use, and this is one cool way, I think, for people to do that without having to buy a new gadget, an air fryer, or something like that. Let's see. Walking on clouds. Have you guys seen these new insoles that they show? Like, there's one commercial where they're like throwing eggs at them, and the eggs don't want to break, and they do break everywhere else. And and that kind of thing. Have you guys seen this?
Oh my.
Wait, should I let the audio play out?
This is what you're stepping on every day you go to work, and that causes plantar fasciitis. Instead, grab yourself these insoles, which literally feels like you're walking on a cloud. You have great arch support, pressure point placement, and lots of cushion to relieve any type of stress.
I like the
You've even
bubbles.
got ankle support, and you can trim them down to fit any shoe or boot. These were so cheap. I got one for every single pair of shoes I own. If you want to check out these while they're
Nice.
60% off, I'll link them here to the video.
So they're on sale, but still though, they do look pretty nice. They look very cushiony. I don't know if I'm gonna get them, but I thought I would show it off. They're called Steppers. Steppers. Supposed to be very, very comfortable. Supposed to keep you from getting plantar fasciitis. Plantar fasciitis. So if you're having some problems with your feet, check those out. They're not too bad. They look pretty good. Love your air fryer, Jess? Yeah, I do too. But that looked like a pretty good way to reheat things as well, right? So here we go, some mushrooms. It's the mushroom lady. Oh look, I paused it. Kind of an awkward moment for her. What does it say here? Fungus appears so still, but they're buzzing with bioelectricity. Okay, let's hear what she has to say.
Let's make mushroom music. All living cells, including those in fungi, have electricity flowing through them. And that's because of ions passing through cell membranes. These ion movements create small fluctuations in voltage known as bioelectric signals. These two electrodes measure changes in electrical resistance. We can listen to this with PlantWave. Let's try it out.
Oh.
Let's see what happens when I touch it.
Oh, I don't think I ever watched that part before.
If you like to listen to some mushroom music, then check out PlantWave.
That's pretty cool. Mushroom music. Mushrooms put off a different fluctuations in bioelectricity. Very cool. You stay over there, dude. Stay over there. What's up, Kyle? Come on in, my guy. Kyle, we're talking about mushroom music and all kinds of good stuff today. Very interesting. Anything I find interesting, I share or save it for this show. There's some websites we usually check out as well, but found a lot of stuff interesting in the last couple of weeks. Have you heard of the Three Sisters, the agricultural secret of indigenous people? Long before the arrival of fertilizers and modern agriculture, indigenous people. We'll read this in 1 second after we take the dab. Cheers, everybody. So it's like a triple threat plant. You got corn, beans, and squash all in the same plant. Pretty cool. Let's see what it says here. The indigenous people of the Americas had already developed a perfect system. The intercropping of corn, beans, and squash. This method, known as the Three Sisters, operated symbolically. The corn provides support for the beans. The beans enrich the soil by fixing nitrogen, benefiting the corn. The squash, with its broad leaves, covered the soil, helping retain moisture and prevented weed growth. Natural balance that is efficient and sustainable. Devised centuries before science could explain it. Pretty cool if you ask me. There's a few other plants kind of like this that I'd want to grow. I forget what I think it's some kind of a sun artichoke that is both a type of potato and a sunflower. I'd want to put those in there. But yeah, this is definitely a way to go if you can figure it out in your garden. Heck yeah. Oh yeah, Kyle, fire in the hole, man. Fire in the hole. Yeah, check that out. It's pretty cool. I got it saved again. Any of this stuff is saved if anybody is interested. Here we go. 9 edible, quote-unquote, weeds worth keeping in your gardens. Nature's free superfood. Yeah, this is why I don't like calling cannabis weed. I catch myself doing it sometimes, but I don't like to call things weeds. Like, there's only one reason to call something a weed, and that is that you don't think it's useful and you think it should be destroyed or taken out. So, we've got a few things here which we know for sure. Everybody knows dandelions have some pretty medicinal and edible benefits. You've got purslane. Purslane? I can't tell. Can I click on it maybe? Make it bigger? Let's see. There we go. Purslane. I've seen this around, but I didn't know you could eat it. Cloves, or clover. It's not cloves. Maybe it is cloves, but... you got lamb's quarter. Lamb's quarter. You got plantains. Chickenweed. Chickenweed. Okay. Mallow. I think I've seen all of these. Violet. Little violet flowers. Stinging nettle. Stinging nettle. I definitely have seen that. We had a commenter here that says, "We sustained ourselves on those after the war. We were refugees and appreciated the harvest from the sides of the country road. My mother knew what was safe to eat." Somebody was laughing at one laugh. Like, really? I mean, maybe it's false, but interesting to say the least. Yeah, look at all that. I mean, that's most of our yards are filled with this stuff. You harvest dandelions, Rose? I think we should. Okay, you want some water, dude? I know you probably want some food now, but just give you some water for now. There you go. Look, that's not food. That's not meat. I don't see no meat in there. Okay, what's next? It says, this is from Yoga Health, it says, unlock tight shoulders with this mindful breathing and stretching sequence. Perfect for anyone who sits long hours or carries stress in the upper body. Like, I can't imagine doing some of this. Whoa. Like, or maybe I'm supposed to do it in the front. Like, it's saying that middle one at the top is insane. Like, how can anyone do that? Oh my god, ouch. I'm pretty flexible, but holy cow. Or like this? What the heck? What are they doing there? All the way over to each leg? What? This is crazy. It's gotta be a joke. Like, I definitely know this one for your triceps. This just looks painful. That looks painful. Everything here looks painful. You're supposed to 10 times breathe on each one of these. What? You got old man's beard, birch bark, pineapple weed. Well, I have a lot. Wow. Okay, those sound interesting. You harvested most on the list. You just have this this bare yard. There's some sparse grass bits, but that's it. It's just grass. Grass is a weed. Grass is like the only weed. Now I'm sure there's other weeds that aren't really aren't useful. Or if they are useful, it's just to like be an irritant or some kind of a poison. Yeah, this is insane though. There's no way I could do some of this. Like I'd have to have somebody else do that for me, but I can't even. That would hurt. He took an ice cube. I gave him an ice cube by accident. Now he's chewing on an ice cube like it's gonna. It's like a snowman melting right now. Okay, yeah, pretty weird. I mean, I could almost do this one maybe, the first one. Hey Jessica, thank you, happy Wednesday. And Ronaldo from the 505. Ronaldo, you're triggering another dab of some Tropicana Cherry. A little Tropicana Cherry dab going out to the 505. Actually, it's going out to all of you, but imagine that this dab is Santa Claus and it's starting at the 505. That's where it's going to start at. Then it'll head out to the rest of you, okay? You trying to pull out the other ice cube? You goof. What a goof. Alright, let's check out the next one. Tilling, okay, so this is something right up my alley. I actually really don't think tilling is a good thing. There's very few times where you do have to till, but there are times where you have to till. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but excuse me. It says tilling breaks the soil's natural structure, dries it out, and accelerates erosion. Healthy soil doesn't need tilling or turning, okay? From Garden Tips and Tricks on Facebook, and it just it shows a picture of all the worms getting killed as you're tilling. Tilling gardens equals earthworm genocide. A rototiller feels satisfying, dark, fluffy soil, ready for planting. But under that soil lives millions of organisms keeping your garden alive. 1 cubic foot of soil can contain 500 plus earthworms. Wow. A single tilling pass kills 80 to 90% of them instantly. It also destroys fungal networks that deliver nutrients to the plant roots. So yeah, a lot of downside to the tilling. Cheers, Ronaldo. We're heating up right now. A little bit of, what did I say it was, Tropicana Cherry. Has a very distinctive smell. Nope. You stay. Yeah, you stay there. You stay there like a cat. Like a cat. Meow. Stay there. No. Stay. Go over there. Here, how about we do... I think that's going to help any, is it? Ours is still soil, so we have to mix in soil and manure. Well, worms come in there, especially when you have the manure. Alright, cheers. Cheers. Girl Scout cookies times cherry pie. Nice. We don't blow the smoke in the puppy's face. Yeah, comment below. Tell me if you think tilling. I mean, especially obviously in like arid areas, dried, arid places where there aren't any worms. You probably need to till in some soil, like Rose is talking about. Oh, this next one, guys. The next one says the first death from meat allergy caused by tick bite. I don't know how true it is. It's from World News Now. We'll have to look into it. Your first plant must be an auto. It's already turning on you, already flipping. Rose, we're gonna do a little show on Thursday, tomorrow night. It's just gonna be sort of an open forum. Excuse me. I'm still congested from a little cold that I had while I was on vacation. Of course, that's what happens. You take a week off so you can get some things done, and then you come down with a cold. It's like, oh, thanks. So anyway, tomorrow's people in the boxes will probably be. It's Thanksgiving, so it'll just be sort of laid back conversation about whatever. We'll hang out. But then the week after that, or well, I don't know. I guess we could do a regular episode tomorrow, but I don't know. A lot of people are on, doing family things and holiday stuff. That's why I was just gonna do just to hang out, have a conversation or whatever. And then we have to do a current events episode for the month. So I guess we'll do that on the week after that. But then we have a pretty good topic coming up, Rose. Defamation of character. That's going to be a bit of an intense topic, I think, worth talking about for sure. GG4, nice. I love some GG4, Kyle. Sorry, I had to get it out. Okay. The first death from meat allergy. Let's see if we can play the audio.
This morning, a New Jersey man is the first known person to die after a tick bite triggered a severe meat allergy.
This is really something that, people should be aware of and physicians should be aware of.
The 47-year-old went camping with his family in 2024 and got violently ill after eating a steak. He recovered, but 2 weeks later, he ate a hamburger and again got very sick, then died. The autopsy said his death was unexplained. Then his wife had his blood tested at the University of Virginia, where researchers determined he had an allergy called alpha-gal syndrome, caused by the bite of the Lone Star tick.
What happens is people develop a hypersensitivity or an allergy to this carbohydrate that is found in animal meat. And what triggers this hypersensitivity or this allergy, so to speak, is a bite from the Lone Star tick.
Lone Star ticks are mainly found in the Northeast, South, and Midwest. They have a white dot or Lone Star on their back. Tick populations in general have been on the rise and are spreading to more of the U.S. One factor? Climate change, including milder winters. As for alpha-gal syndrome, doctors say it is treatable.
Prevention is key. If you're out in wooded areas where Lone Star ticks are prevalent, it's really important to wear long sleeves, long pants, tick repellent. Prevention really is the best medicine here.
The victim had no known medical history. Alpha-gal syndrome is rare, but if you notice yourself getting sick shortly after eating meat, speak with your doctor.
So, I think chickens are good at eating ticks. Pretty sure chickens eat a lot of ticks. Poor Sprout, you just get eaten up. You just be one big tick. Be a big tick on the back. It'd just be this big. And you'd be walking like, this thing's heavy. Wouldn't you? What, do you think you're part of the show now? You can't just chill? You can't just hang out and chill? Alright, fine. Fine. But yeah, ticks, man, can't live with them. Can't live without them, I guess. Whew. Alright. I've not heard of this new disease yet, but I know they carry Lyme disease. I would hate to be allergic to meat. And she said, a hypersensitivity to a carbohydrate that's in the meat? What the hell am I... What is she talking about? A carbohydrate in meat? Like, isn't that the keto diet, the carnivore diet? There's supposed to be no carbs because you're eating meat from animals. What the hell? Am I way off on this? Yes, they do, but I also heard they attract rats. Ticks attract rats? A 2-week freeze to balance out the insects. A 2-week freeze. Yeah, we keep getting the warm weather, warm hits, don't we? Now, I give my pets coconut oil, and it's done great. It's done great. It's only one season now that I've been using it. But I found that they got sick of it in the food. And I didn't really mix it, but I would have a chunk in the food and they would just kind of skip it. So I just put it in the water. Put some in their water. Yeah, I don't know if you consider it cruel or not, but if they eat, you can put it on their skin, but I just let them eat it. And naturally their skin has that scent or that repelling factor. I haven't had to use any chemicals on this little guy. No chemicals, huh? And we only eat meat. We don't eat cardboard. No more cardboard. My last little doggy, Sir Ducas Bartholomew Baronius II. Such a good dog. And I didn't know I should be giving the boy meat. I was like, this is kibble. This is dog food in this bag. No. Okay, what's next? I got a whole lot more up in here. This is interesting. I think I've seen it a couple times now. How to grow cloves at home a simple way and enjoy their aroma year-round. I don't know what the clove aroma is, to be honest. I can't imagine it in my head. I don't know. Do you guys like clove smell? Does anybody like clove smell? Chickens? Oh, you've heard of carbs in meat? What? You've never heard of? Yeah, you neither, Alice. That's what I'm saying. Carbs is because we're feeding them so many complex carbs as feed. 2 weeks. So what am I missing there, Rose? Chickens, silly. Chickens eat ticks, right? Just checking with everyone tomorrow then. Yeah, Rose. I think it's just gonna be an open sesh tomorrow for anybody that's not busy with family and stuff like that. I see your comment now, sorry. I've just been talking about too much here. Let's see. It's kind of cool. You take a potato, clearly, and you stick them in. Stick little clove sprouts in. That's clove? Okay. I guess I had no idea what clove was. Clove smells good, Chris says. Okay, got a man's opinion now. As long as it's not too strong. I use it as a lot when making mead. So, you know, you can mix it with some other things. A little bit of like lemon tree, a little bit of basil maybe. Kind of mix some smells together. Make a little aromatic bowl of your own what do you call it, a recipe of potpourri. Potpourri. Alright, dude. Alright, well, I guess I can hold you for a while. My muscles are starting to burn in the one arm, but hey, it's okay. It's okay. But yeah, that's kind of a cool idea. I don't know if I can find, like, I think I just have to get seeds. I don't know if that works with seeds. Hold on, was there any construction? I don't think so. Nope. No, it's just, this is the instruction. So you gotta have these. Are these the seeds? No idea. Okay. Okay. Well, forget it then. Maybe cloves. Do cloves grow wild? Don't they grow wild sometimes? Let's see. Thinking about keeping your outdoor animals warm this winter? Before you buy bedding, you must know the critical difference between straw and hay. So this is more for like livestock animals that are in your barn, you know. I thought it was somewhat interesting, the difference between straw and hay. Right off the bat, obviously one is green and one is yellow. So straw is yellow, dried leftover stock from crops. It has a hollow center which makes for great hold on, let me click this. There we go. Hollow center which makes for great insulation, but like double pane window, use straw in dog houses and for other animals outdoors. Hay is green in color. It is an animal's food source that draws, absorbs, and holds moisture. Do not use hay or blankets for bedding outdoors, as they will get wet and freeze. I wonder if that's a pretty big problem. People may be using the wrong one. Huh. So there's a whole lot more here, but I don't think it's really all that necessary to read. Critical warning, we'll read that part. Never use hay or blankets for outdoor bedding. Okay, we just read that. So to freeze. Okay. Wow, all that just to say that. Just to repeat what's on the meme, but like in drawn out form. Like long drawn out form. Hey, who am I to say? They got 3.3 thousand likes. Good for you, Home and Garden. Home and Garden. Thought about getting like a hay bale, you know, but maybe we use a straw bale. Maybe it's a straw bale, not a hay bale. Yeah. Okay, so it's not a hay rack ride, it's a straw rack ride. Right? It's a straw rack ride, a straw rack, or a straw, what do you call the scarecrow? Is all full of straw. We've been using these all wrong. We've been using them interchangeable. Where's the next, you know, Midwest to where do you call Kansas? Is Kansas still considered Midwest? The next Kansas style movie. You gotta use the right kind of straw this time. Over the plant beds in cold areas, yeah. Well, straw, not hay though. Not hay. Not hay. Hay has nutritious, straw does not. Nutrients, straw does not. But that the factor of it absorbing moisture, though, that is pretty important, I think, to point out. Even though one is feed and one is not, that's not not the main reason why you can't use it. Reason that, well, for one, they might eat through it, but for two, for actually probably the main reason is that it absorbs the moisture. So, and in the cold weather, you're going to have something that's much more akin to a block of ice, not a barrier against it. So, some good points. I mean, I do want to have livestock one day, and I don't know if chicken probably would need straw. I'd like to get some goats, maybe some miniature cows one day, little tiny ones, that's what they call them. All right, guys, you got about 10 minutes. If you haven't gotten yourself a number on locals, the number post, go make sure you go do that. Let's see. Some trees offer edible leaves packed with nutrients. See, I like this idea. I like having edible trees around you. Linden, birch, sassafras, beech, and even white pine have tender young leaves that can be eaten fresh or used in teas. I'm sure some of you knew some of this, but check it out. Do any of you have American linden trees? I've seen those. Hickory, yeah, hickory, mulberries. We definitely have mulberries in this area, and I didn't know that the leaves are edible. Mulberry leaves are edible. Hawthorn, are those berries? I don't know if the berries are edible. The leaves, I guess this is specifically the leaves, though. So you got birch, white pine, sassafras, right in my mouth, maple, and beech. I mean, that's a lot of options when you're running low on some food, you know what I mean? We've looked at some weeds and some trees. Like, that's a smorgasbord. I should do that one day, maybe when it's nicer out, when there's more leaves. I should gather a bunch of these leaves and weeds and make some kind of a meal somehow. Maybe kill a squirrel, just toss it in. No, you wouldn't want to just toss it in. You want to, like, I guess, would you want to get it tested? I mean, man, I feel like just killing anything these days, you'd be like, well, I don't know. Was it just drinking the neighbor's antifreeze? Like, I guess it would have killed itself at that point. I don't know. It just sounds scary. But I hear squirrel's pretty good. We talked about it. Was it 2 weeks ago? Maybe. A lot of people say squirrel's pretty good. Dancing banana. Let's get it. I don't see it. I'm just seeing, like, looks like that emoji didn't work that time, Alice. Pine is my favorite in tea and pot roast. Oh, nice. Good for cuts and headaches too. Alright, like, being able to use it for medicine is definitely another level, but being able to as almost like maybe like a nature chef or something to that effect, like, what would you call it? You're just like this culinary genius with stuff you can find outside in the yard, you know what I mean? Like, that's what we need. We need some people with some, like Miss Margaret Jett in the house. Meat generally contains little to no carbohydrates. Unprocessed, fresh cuts of meat are natural carb-free, while processed meats may have small amounts of carbs due to added fillers or sugars. That's what I thought, Margaret. Some organ meats, like the liver, may contain higher carb levels, but overall meat is primarily composed of protein and fat. Right, but I figured that maybe they're talking about these processed meats that he's eating, like he ate a burger, right? Well, of course he had carbs around the burger, but But that meat in the burger definitely got some soybean in it, you know what I mean? Jess says, my neighbor on the corner, he cooks rats on his barbecue. It's gross smelling. I wouldn't eat rat, squirrel, and bee, but I don't know. I mean, squirrel I think is a little different. I don't think squirrels eat as nearly as much garbage as rats do, but maybe they might. They eat some, I'm sure, right? You're a squirrel. Tell us about it. We've got a black squirrel here, and he doesn't want to tell you. Squirrels are veggies in foil and squirrel and veggies in foil and coal. Nice. Yeah, that's what I've seen some people. I mean, you'd want to obviously take its fur off, right? So peel its fur off. This. Just rip it. And then if it's not dead yet, you just pretend it's your mother-in-law. Like Danny DeVito and Throw Mama from the Train. It's his actual mom. He's like, just envision. Yeah. Black squirrel are really rare. Yeah. He's a fat one too. Anybody looking to make a stew? Let's I got the meat. I got the meat. Pretty soon, you guys. Pretty soon. If we don't get back to some old ways, that's no joke, you know. We don't want to be caught eating pets and stuff because we had to, because we just can't figure out how else to eat. You know what? Maybe we need to make it like a little squirrel farm, or maybe like you can eat rabbit, but you can't just eat rabbit. You can't survive on just rabbit. You know, you gotta have something else in there. I hear as long as if you eat the bone marrow from the rabbits too, make a bone marrow. That's all that helps. That helps from what they call rabbit starvation, where you ate just rabbit meat and you still starve because you didn't have enough fat. So like these, there's no like nutritionist value of these leaves that we're looking at here. But if I had to say, probably looking at fiber, of course, lots of fiber, maybe some vitamins, but highly doubtful that you're going to get any protein in these leaves. So still got to have a protein source. And our goal here, gang, is to keep Fido off the dinner table as society collapses. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to know what we can eat, and we can put in our stews and our teas and things like that. And then we also want to know what kind of proteins we can get out there. He's just climbing up in my shoulder. So what kind of proteins we can substitute out there? It's now the year 2032, and you're scavenging for food. What is it that you eat first? The weeds, or something worse? No sprouts too? Not yet. I used to have a pet squirrel when I was a kid. I don't think I could eat one. I suppose if I was hungry enough. Well, right. I mean, that's the thing, is like people will start eating each other if they have to in big cities and things like that, and that's not a joke. It's when you have that many people on top of each other living together, there ain't enough wildlife around for you to just scavenge all of a sudden. All right, here we go. A new study found that eating more than one egg per week may reduce the risk of Alzheimer's disease by an astonishing 47%. Eggs are packed with nutrients like... To be continued, 1 second. Like choline, lutein, and essential vitamins that support brain health and cognitive function. Choline in particular is vital for memory and nerve communication. Adequate intake has been linked. Hold on, just go a little bit bigger. Linked to improved brain performance and reduced neurodegenerative risks. This discovery highlights the simple dietary choice, like including eggs in your weekly meal, can have a meaningful impact on long-term brain health. While eggs are just one piece of the puzzle, combining them with a balanced diet, regular exercise, and mental stimulation may further protect against cognitive decline. For those looking to support their memory and overall brain function, this research provides a delicious and easy way to boost neurological resistance. I don't know that I don't know that I eat an egg a week. I probably should. I used to eat more eggs. So I eat like stews and soups and stuff this time of year, right? So a lot of times I'll throw an egg into the soup when you're heating it up. You have it, kind of a low boil. Crack that egg in there, baby. Boil the egg. Oh yeah. In the middle of the soup, you let it boil together, like it holds together as one solid piece, and then boom, then your soup is ready. You got an egg. It's almost like Japanese ramen or something, You don't want to eat long pig? What's long pig? Is that squirrel? Long pig? Oh man, that could be things there. Jess, I don't want eggs protein your brain. Or protect. I'm not reading it right. New study finds eating more than one egg per week reduces Alzheimer's risk. So I read that. Alright, guys. It's about time to check the number posts, see if anybody's got numbers. Yeah, I ate a nice omelet the other day. You might have seen the post. We played it, I think, yesterday. Okay, Kim was number 11. Margaret is number 12. Ooh. You're not all that easy of a squirrel here, or cat, whatever the heck you are. Gremlin. So this gremlin won't hold up on my shoulder like he's supposed to. Margaret, number 12. Number 12. Alright, let's pull up the wheel. Whoa. So we had number 1 and number 8 both win already. Sprout, you need to just stand right here and chill. There you go. So, let's see. Boom. There we go. And to be on this wheel, you just have to be a subscriber. If you find my content somewhat entertaining and maybe a little bit informative, educational even at times, I try to learn something every time, every single show I do, even the game show. The game show for me, I'm trying to learn like what kind of mechanisms work for the game show, for what I'm doing, for the time period we have, for because there's a lot of things about that aren't the same as what a classic game show is. Because a classic game show is pre-recorded, so they probably cut out a whole bunch of time, right? It probably takes all day to film like a half hour to an hour game show. But for us, we're doing a whole game show in 2 hours live right then and there. So, I'm trying to learn that, figure that stuff out. But the rest of the episodes that I do throughout the week are all something that I'm learning, like some kind of valuable information, something that I think is important. Like today, for sure, we talk about what's happening in our world with our health, our wellness, and whatnot. It is one of those things that we should make more popular, make a topic that's every episode of the show is that topic, is our health, our wellness, our food. I try to make it fun. We talk about a little bit of cannabis. We're going to talk about that here soon. I brought it up earlier with this new hemp law. We're going to look up I think marijuanamoment.net will probably have a story about it, I'm assuming. We'll check it out here in a minute. So good luck to my subscribers over on locals.com. It's free to sign up. It's free to join the community, and it's $2 a month or $20 for a whole year. Sorry, he's not trying to offend you guys, I promise. Or $20 for a whole year to be on this wheel 4 times a week, plus game night. I like game night. I don't want to get rid of game night, but I tell you what, it's a lot of work for, not everybody wants to be in a game, I guess, so it's not necessarily, shouldn't be my focus. I have a lot of things I plan to do, and one of those things I pulled up, I think, was it Monday? I have a label I've been working on. Once I can print off my own labels, then I think I'm in a little bit better shape to start putting out our Maccabees Live Market microgreens. What do you think? Does that sound good? Okay. He loves it. He loves the idea. The omelet looked yummy. Thanks, Alice. Very much. And we got number 5 is our winner today on We Grow Wednesday, November 19th. And number 5 is, drumroll please, number 5 is Nobody. Nobody. Congrats to Nobody. And thanks for playing. Okay, so we'll have one more spin tomorrow on People in the Boxes. People in the Boxes at 8 o'clock Central Time tomorrow night. If you don't watch that show, I don't know where you've been. I don't think we're going to play story boxes tomorrow. I think we'll just leave it kind of open because a lot of people may be doing family things and just kind of having time to get into it for a minute. We'll see how it goes. And then, of course, we're going to do the door prize a little bit later. On this wheel here. Alright, before we get too much farther, let's check out Marijuana Moment. And let's see what they're saying about this new law. Let's see what their headlines are right now. Congress lawmakers want exemption from federal hemp THC ban for states with regulations. There's an effort underway to rally federal lawmakers representing Minnesota to push the Trump administration to scale back a recently. Okay, of course they're talking about that. I don't think I saw the Rogan episode where he brings it up. I guess Joe Rogan slams really bad federal hemp ban Trump signed, blaming alcohol industry for influencing Congress. Well, I'm sure they do. I'm sure there's multiple influences, honestly. Oh, look at this. Federal judge calls out DEA over delay on psychedelic church's petition to use ayahuasca in religious ceremony. There's a psychedelic church somewhere. Interesting. Nancy Mace circulates a bill to block hemp THC ban that Trump signed into law. Okay, well, let's read this. Can you lay down? Sprout, lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Actually, you're gonna have to go over there because I need to do another dab here for this story. That's for sure. So this originated in Minnesota, but I'm sure other states that have legalized cannabis themselves are going to be looking to push back as well. Let's see. The Trump administration pushed the Trump administration to scale back a recently enacted ban on hemp-derived THC by providing a carve-out for states that want to regulate cannabinoid productions or products. Sorry, a Democratic congresswoman tells Marijuana Moment that a GOP congressman who helped secure the ban that was signed into law last week by President Donald Trump says it's not concerned about attempts to undercut the enacted law, brushing off arguments about the possible consequences of the policy change as desperate mistruths from an industry that stands to lose billions of dollars by selling intoxicants to children. So we know this is one thing that we know, and partly they have stories of this a lot in Marijuana Moment on the website. That look, young people are not using as much alcohol, in a lot of places not using much at all because they're using cannabis. And there is for sure a drop in alcohol sales. Now, it looks like that's what Rogan is blaming it on in a clip that looks like they had. But I think there's probably another culprit too. I'm sure there's multiple, but another big one for me would be the fact that cannabis, hemp in general, these products are replacing also what else? The pharmaceutical industry, and that's not just your drugs and medications that you need a prescription for, because all of those companies also they not only do they sell you these drugs and quote medications, but they also make all these skincare products and all these other sort of products, cleaning products and stuff like that out of these chemicals. And these companies are intertwined, your chemical companies. So think about a lot of these products that are being replaced by cannabis. Not just your medicine that you intake to have, say, like numb the pain or to lower inflammation or to help you sleep or all these things, but things on the outside too. Different skincare regimens, different products that are replacing just regular cosmetics and stuff like that are also being like added in, having additives from hemp and stuff like that. So there's a lot of this back and forth within the industries that are either pushing back and not wanting to add cannabis to their products, or the ones that are embracing it. Because I've shown a couple of products on my show that have embraced it and actually added. I think Old Spice has a deodorant that has hemp, leaves all over it, and has hemp in the deodorant. So there are some companies that are also embracing it. Interesting. Tomorrow is not Thanksgiving, it's next Thursday. Oh. Well, tomorrow then is not open forum. Tomorrow is supposed to be our current events episode then. I've been wrong about that all day. Are you still here? Yeah, Rose is still here. Rose, I was wrong. Either way, we're going to be on. But yeah, I guess tomorrow will be current events. So Rose, if you want to do current events episode, you just have to think of some things that have happened to you in the last month or so that you haven't told everybody about. That's the key to current events episode. You got to hold back a few things. And I don't even know what I would say at the moment. Okay, so there's a lot more to this story, but I don't know if it's that worth reading here. Rep. Ilhan Omar, co-chair of the Congressional Cannabis Caucus, told Marijuana Moment on Tuesday that she and the other legislators are working to see if they can secure exemptions from the ban for states that have already rolled out their own hemp policies. So much of our economy is already absorbing the hemp industry, and it's just going to be a tragedy for the industries that already exist in states like Minnesota, she said. Congresswoman said that her office has been working to gauge interests among colleagues from Minnesota about the possibility of signing a letter to the Trump administration laying out their concerns with the hemp policy change and making the case that states should be empowered and to set their own cannabis laws without federal interference. Omar said that many Democrats voted against a motion to kill an amendment to the appropriations legislation that Senator Ron Paul sponsored in hopes of striking the hemp language, which was championed by Senator Mitch McConnell, of course. Mitch McConnell. There are also other Republicans on this side of the chamber, so we'll see if we can. We can't get a movement. Come on, mouse. I'm scrolling down, but it wants to go up. Get a movement in that regard, she said. Or get movement in that regard. Asked whether the Cannabis Caucus is coordinating the efforts, Omar said she's primarily speaking with members of Minnesota's congressional delegation. Because if we can move them, we can try to build a broader coalition. The states that are impacted have to speak up before the advocates get involved, she said. Rep. Andy Harris, who championed the ban along with Mitch McConnell, is dead set on ensuring that the prohibitionist policy is left intact. Federal law supersedes state law on scheduled substances, he told Marijuana Moment. We are going to limit an otherwise unregulated industry that sells intoxicants to children. You mean like the pharmaceutical industry? Is that who he's talking about? The federal hemp ban, which would set a THC limit on cannabinoid products so low that many stakeholders say it would effectively upend the industry, has been a especially hot topic in Minnesota, where lawmakers legalize hemp-derived THC beverages and establish a regulatory framework for such products before the state legalized adult-use marijuana. It took many by surprise when Minnesota's Democratic Attorney General Keith Ellison joined 38 of his state and territory counterparts in a letter to congressional leaders earlier this month that voiced support for the hemp provisions of the spending bill Trump signed. Oh, that's pictures we showed yesterday on the show. Ellison later defended his decision to sign this letter, saying that while his He supports the state's marijuana laws as well as Minnesota's THC edible industry that follows state law. The so-called loophole is federal hemp status or statute puts his state at risk because it allows potentially non-compliant out-of-state cannabinoid products to enter Minnesota's market. Still, there's been a widespread outcry over the looming recriminalization, drawing criticism from parents of cannabis patients, veterinarians, and influencers like Joe Rogan, for example. In response to the hemp ban, Rep. Nancy Mace recently started circulating a bill that would strike the contested provisions of the appropriations legislation. Some stakeholders worry that approach could backfire, and they're hoping to see bipartisan bills introduced in the near future that would provide a robust regulatory model of intoxicating hemp products as a viable alternative to blanket prohibition. Meanwhile, GOP political operative Roger Stone said this week that President Donald Trump was effectively forced by Republican lawmakers to sign the spending bill with the hemp THC ban language. However, a White House spokesperson said prior to the bill signing that Trump significantly supported the prohibition language. I mean, I'm sure he supports any prohibition. He doesn't do any of that stuff. Democratic governor of Kentucky said last week that the hemp industry is an important part of the economy that deserves to be regulated at the state level rather than federally prohibited, as Congress has moved to do. Also, a leading veterans organization is warning congressional leaders that the newly approved blanket ban on consumable hemp products could inadvertently slam the door shut on critical research. While many hemp stakeholders say the ban would effectively eradicate the industry, even applying to non-intoxicating CBD products that could use for medical reasons, that people can use for medical reasons, there's latent hope that they can strike a compromise deal with lawmakers before the prohibition is implemented this time next year. Lawmakers such as Senator Chris Van Hollen also say that window could provide an opportunity to advance legislation to create an alternative regulatory model for consumable hemp products. There was attempts by GOP lawmakers in both chambers to strike the hemp prohibition provision, but the proposed amendments from Paul and Rep. Thomas Massie did not make it into the final package. Massie tried to revise the push in the House with his own amendment mirroring Paul's, but prospects of its adoption were dubious at best, as these were generally consensus within the Republican caucus that the spending bill should advance without further modification that could have sent it back to the Senate. Marijuana Moment is trucking. Okay, that's it. That is it. Oh no, here we go. Since 2018, cannabis products have been considered legal hemp if they contain less than 0.3% Delta-9 THC and a dry weight basis. Okay, that's just some history. Well, there you have it. There's a battle still happening, still waging a battle on Capitol Hill for this hemp sort of addition that isn't necessarily a direct prohibition, but a prohibition by proxy, I guess. Can't believe I thought tomorrow was Thanksgiving. You can't stand there, mister. Go. Go on. Go on. Good boy. You're gonna have to stay over here for a moment. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, yes. Well, that is basically an ongoing fight. I don't know how we can't really resolve it right now, but I think that generally most people don't see it as a good thing or something that was even necessary. I mean, there's a lot of kids that could benefit from the THC, but also not just any kid. In my book, it's definitely got to be a medical reason, but that's just my opinion. That's my opinion. I'm sticking to it. Alright, I'm going to do a dab here, but we're going to look at here this next video. 3 childhood classics to never buy at Walmart. Interestingly enough, let's see what they say. This is from Ite Schechter.
Childhood classics you should never buy at Walmart. Sunny D here might have more in common with this engine oil than an orange because the amount of ultra processing here is absolutely staggering. The color comes straight from petroleum, yellow 5 and yellow 6. Even though it's correlated to behavioral issues in children, I guess it's fine. And just to calibrate how ultra mega processed this is, it has 12 grams of high fructose corn syrup, canola oil, it has cornstarch, it has phosphate. Throw this. I believe this Chex Mix should rename into glyphosate residue mix. This is mainly GMO corn and flour in different shapes, flavor enhancers, and everything else is just to extend the shelf life, including BHT, a synthetic preservative that's apparently safe in small amounts, but I believe none of us were born to ingest. Takis might be the worst one. The usual suspect, cheap, nasty ingredients fried in the cheapest, nastiest oil with preservative, but here you also get a nice dose of blue one. Synthetic food coloring that can cross the blood-brain barrier, and we have no idea what it means long term, so if you want to roll the dice and hope for the best, maybe this is the way. 3 childhood classics you should never buy at Walmart. Sunny.
Does anyone buy these items? I'm not buying them anymore, even though I don't necessarily believe this guy per se. I still try not to buy those ultra processed items. Alright, cheers. Let's see, hashtag WTIF. You don't get any, Sprout. I'm sorry. So it was, let's see, let me play it. It's muted. So it was Sunny D. And, the Chex Mix. And Takis, yeah. I might get Chex Mix every now and then. I might have gotten Chex Mix every now and then. I did buy Takis once. No. I didn't even like Takis. My son, I think, saw a commercial for it. He's like, Takis. And I was like, what? You like these? He's like, yeah. Alright, we'll try them. Hey, thanks Ronaldo over on the YouTube. My YouTube's kind of dead, but some people pop in there sometimes. Sprout, no, you have to stay. Thank you, Jess. and Debbie over on the Facebook. What time is it? Okay, we got some time here. What's this? Green Thumb tips and tricks. I did not expect that to be the... So I saved this because I thought, oh, that's kind of cool. You can grow pine trees using a pine cone like this indoors. You can grow your own little Christmas tree, right? But then I didn't read the words. Look at what it says here. It says you can build a low-cost chicken coop using recycled materials and simple construction methods. And it gives you a step-by-step construction method of building a chicken coop. Of all things, with this picture. Isn't that a little something's wrong about that. Well, like 1, structure, 2, roof, 3, run area. That's just a little bit strange. 4, nestle boxes and perches. 5, floor, and 6, mobility. 7, feeders and drinkers. It gives you all the measurements and everything. That's crazy. And then it gives you a picture of how to grow a pine cone. A little pine cone garden. Guess we'll just skip that, but it's kind of cool. Looks pretty self-explanatory, the pictures. And then it gives you like how to build your own chicken coop. I'm sure there's a lot of cool designs on how to build a chicken coop using your own materials. Okay, what was this one? So again, with everything you find on the internet, do your own research here, but it says from Science Explorer, Japanese cell biologist Dr. Yoshinori Osumai was awarded the Nobel Prize in physiology of medicine, or medicine, for his groundbreaking work on one of life's most vital survival mechanisms. Autophagy, I don't know. A term that literally means self-eating. Autophagy is essentially the body's internal cleaning crew. When we fast or face nutrient shortages, our cells actively break down and recycle their own damaged or dysfunctional components to maintain health. This essential process helps prevent serious conditions like cancer, Alzheimer's, and infections by effectively removing harmful proteins and cellular waste. It's pretty cool. It's about fasting. I don't know if it's true, but it kind of makes sense. Makes some sense. Why are you always crying? Alright. Yeah, so like even intermittent fasting I think is worth it. Oh, here you go. Powered by fish poop. This is from Fish Happens Indie. The system is automated. Wastewater from our fish tanks get dumped into IBC totes. Transfer pump automatically turns it on. Let's see.
This greenhouse runs on
play the audio, but I can't. Well, maybe I can play little bits of it at a time. Runs on fish
poop, which is
what I was about to say.
Really cool.
And then he's got these little watering systems, like watering during the daylight, though. Isn't that a no-no?
Automatic, natural.
Watering the whole area like
fertilizer. So we clean tanks out, we dump them into a big basin, and then this pump automatically goes off.
So the pump automatically goes off, so they have it set to go off during the daylight hours. That seems like a little bit wrong, but hey, they have a nice setup, so who am I to say?
3 times a week for about an hour or two.
For an hour or two, for 3 times a week. Definitely could do that at nighttime. I should be cleaning Alice. Well, you know.
Watering everything. And look at the giant leaves we're getting from these guys. This has been here the longest. And
well, that still boggles my mind that they have the sunlight while they're doing this.
It's growing absolutely beautifully.
Alright, we're going to play it with the audio off. So, it doesn't make any sense that they have the sprinklers going during the day. They have a waterfall in there and stuff. That looks pretty cool. Maybe some frogs. Right? Maybe they could have a gremlin running around in there. What do you think? But yeah, I want something like that. Something like that. Fish in the middle. Fish water just gets pumped through the rest of it automatically. This dude's just like, stop shaking me. But yeah, this is kind of cool. Fish Happens aquarium and plant shop. I should go to their page here. Where you going, dude? Don't hurt yourself. Got a lot of videos here. I'll have to check them out sometime. Big mistake. Always want to check out the mistakes. Always check out the mistakes. Okay, this is kind of a cool idea. I thought.
Today we're filling our tubes with sand, the foundation of our off-grid heating system here in northern Ontario. These tubes will act as sand batteries, storing heat from the sun. As we carefully fill each pipe, the sand becomes our natural thermal storage. In winter, when temperature...
So, you get the gist. They're going to fill this with sand, and so that it will kind of hold in the heat that's inside and also heat up from the sun. Absorb heat from the sun. I mean, that's a pretty cool idea. I think there are some other ways you could use, like geothermal. You could use the sun to heat up the walls just by being black. Just have the walls black and absorb the heat. But that's only for winter time. You wouldn't want them to be black in the summertime. Super hot. So it's interesting. I think I would do something like that too. That's a good idea. Didn't think about the angle. or the algae. To mix the algae and light kill certain. What do you feed at night? You like to, okay, pardon me, no, like, I wouldn't spray the water on the plants during the day because of the sun, or the light can burn the plants. You get little droplets of water on the plant, on the leaves, and they can burn. What else did I save in here? Alright, let's check this out. Okay, so a lot of people think that we can just take all these stores and put solar panels on them. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. And while we're waiting to see those comments, right, Alice? Yeah, he's a spoiled butt. Although he's still a stubborn little poop too. He finds his way out of the yard. I gotta figure out how to fix the corner area. He still gets out of it. The little pooper. Oh, Mia must need to get outside. She typically doesn't bark at me when I'm down here doing the show. Oh, so back to the solar panel thing. So the thing about this is, in my opinion, you can't put solar panels on a bunch of department stores or things like that, because you'd have to pay them. It would come out of the taxpayers' money to pay Target to upkeep their roof. So it would be like Target getting a new roof, and then the federal government paying for it, and then upkeeping it. So I don't know about that part. Now, there's a lot of federal buildings. There's a lot of federal buildings and municipal buildings. There's a lot of bridges, and I don't know if I'd put them on the roadways, because driving on them wouldn't be a good idea. At least not yet. Some of them might be, but you know, something like that they already maintain would be a better idea. But I do agree that maybe we don't need solar farms out, like taking up farmland, which is what a lot of people are pissed off about. I don't think we do. I think there's other ways, or other ways we could do it. They could pay people to put solar on their houses, on more houses, because everybody that gets solar on their house and it's also connected to the grid becomes part of the grid. You become like a little battery on the grid, a little tiny battery. Getting out of here, Rose. All right, have a good day. Have a good day. We got a little bit more time before we do the door prize here. Got a few more things to pull up. Before covering acres of open farmland with solar panels, let's start by installing them on rooftops, schools, hospitals, grocery stores, and parking lots instead. I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't know about that. That's just, to me, that's not necessarily the answer. I think definitely federal buildings, municipal buildings, bridges, maybe some buildings inside cities, because cities are what need most of the power anyway. So a lot of those buildings inside cities need to be just lit up with solar panels, depending on the building, depending on like its angles and stuff, and maybe, you know, find the best ones, right? And maybe just up on top. Although, man, some of those buildings are pretty tall up and they have stuff already on top of them. If you sit down on my keyboard, we're not going to be having a good day. Anyway, I think there's other things that can be done besides taking up farmland. And again, this is one of the reasons I talk about the indoor growing, because there are ways we can use some of these buildings that they also are talking about as supplementary, or places that can be growing things a little bit ahead of the schedule, ahead of the season. Then you put it outside, kind of like a lot of growers do. Alright, let's try to get through a few more of these here. In the Netherlands, playtime and plant life intertwine through harvest walls. This is pretty cool. I like this. I like this idea. If it's true. It's from Fact 27. Vertical gardens installed along playground fences where herbs, berries, and vegetables grow at child-friendly heights. These walls aren't just for decoration. They're inviting, or they invite curiosity, exploration, and bite-sized nourishment. Can you imagine the homeless population finding these? As children swing, climb, and run, they also learn to pluck cherry, tomatoes, mint leaves, or strawberries directly from the wall. There's no vending machine or adult supervision required. Just trust nature and tiny hands learning how food grows. Schools and neighborhoods maintain the plants together, blending lessons in ecology, sharing, and nutrition. These green walls serve as a multi-purpose shading hot surfaces, filtering dust, and introducing biodiversity to urban play zones. For many families, especially in dense city areas, harvest walls offer a rare chance for children to interact daily with fresh, living produce. The plants are seasonal, so what grows changes throughout the year, turning the wall into a living calendar kids can taste. Living calendar kids can taste. It's a small invention with long echoes. Children don't just play, they discover. Parents don't just watch, they join in. And green spaces stop being distant parks or restricted gardens. They become everyday walls, edible and alive. Yeah, I feel like in America this wouldn't work. Maybe in some places, but in a lot of places it would just get picked clean. It would just get picked clean. Grab that country. It is, but they have these areas that are plant fruit trees and vegetables, and the homeless can come get the food. Well, yeah, I mean, then you're just trying to plant enough for a certain number of homeless, and then that number grows, and you have to like figure out where you plant more trees. I mean, I don't know. I think it's natural to discourage certain things. You know, have those certain things change depending on the morals of a society. All right, we got about 10 minutes or so. But yeah, I like the idea. I just don't see it working everywhere. This one from Cultivating Green Spaces. Traditional lawn may look neat, but it does little for the plant. Okay, so I have a problem with this picture. A lot of people would say, oh yeah, look at that after picture. You've got all these cool plants and thriving permaculture. Yeah, but the upkeep on that house would require a lot of work and time and effort. So it depends on the person who's living there on whether or not they could even do that, for one. For two, the possible bugs and different creepy crawlies that would make their way into your house because of this kind of a setup, I think is pretty high. Possibility is pretty high. Man, like just, let me see if I can zoom in for you guys. So they're saying, oh, this is so much better, right? Well, I'm sorry, but fruit trees, if in a small, tiny yard like this, would attract a lot of bugs. So you'd have to be careful with just one fruit tree. But this is talking about a whole bunch of edible plants in here. I don't know. Maybe I'm being curmudgeon-y. I think now that I have grown plants and grown food indoors in my house, my plan or my goal, I guess, is to get to the next step where I have a separate building and not just use my garage, because I kind of need my garage. I haven't figured out a way to use my garage yet, but there might be a way to do it. I haven't done it yet. I'm thinking about maybe getting another, like one of these Rubbermaid sheds, or maybe a couple of sheds that I could add to my setup, but then it just, I don't know if it would make sense. So for now, I'm using my garage for all the garage things, right? All the garage things. But my plan would be to grow outside of my own actual home, but still on my property, is the idea. Let's see some dancing bananas over there on the Rumble. Cheers, Rumblers. Don't ever try and keep up with me if I'm doing dabs. Please don't do that. Oh, careful. You're knocking stuff around with your bootay. But yeah, it is like, I can see that this looks boring, and some people have this idea of like, well, why do we grow grass, man? We should be growing food on our lawn. Yeah, maybe. We're on a small scale and as manageable as you can make it. But maybe this guy in the before picture, maybe he works 50 hours a week and, has a kid or something. Like, not everybody has time to maintain that. And should we make that? Should we change that? Like, if we had a magic wand, we'd be like, yeah, everybody has time to maintain their garden. Okay, cool. Everyone would have time to not just maintain it to get themselves food out of it, but to maintain it to keep it from attracting too many pests or other things like rodents and stuff like that. Still in the pest, I guess, category, but bugs or rodents. We have a whole battle of up to, let's see, rodents up to like rabbits, maybe a fox, and then you have like a hawk come in, and then there's just this whole circle of life happening in your yard. And your yard is the size of a postage stamp. I mean, look at this. Like, I don't know what the backyard looks like, but you're talking about having a garden in this area. People walk by and just start taking parts of your garden. You have to just have it all nice and fenced in and away from the house. Not like this. Like it says, a simple lawn transformed into a thriving permaculture garden filled with diverse plant life, offering food, natural remedies, pollinator support, wildlife shelter, and cooler surroundings. Wildlife shelter, yes, come on in. It absorbs carbon, conserves water, and brings nature back into balance. I mean, I don't know. I get it. I really do. Like, yeah, it would be great to be able to do that. I just, at the same time, not a lot of people have the knowledge or time or even energy to maintain something like that. That's a lot. There's a lot happening there. You know, you got an apple tree, it looks like. I don't really know of anything else I can see that looks edible, but it's probably most everything you're looking at. All the flowers. Anyway. And that just bothered me enough that I was like, you know what, I gotta save this one, because something's going on here. Because a lot of people say that, but it's like, do you really have what it takes to be able to maintain that second house? You know what I mean? Oh yeah, dancing bananas. Dancing.
This is...
Alright, so this is Ancient Storage Ways. I like this. I like this video a lot. Check it out.
How they store tons of sweet potatoes without a single refrigerator. Farmers in rural China use deep underground pits like this one, built entirely from stone and earth. Each basket of sweet potatoes is lowered carefully into the chamber, where a worker arranges them in perfect circles along the wall. It looks like mining, but it's actually preservation. Down here, the air stays cool, the humidity stays high, and the temperature barely changes all year. Around 10 to 15 degrees. Nature's perfect balance for storage. Once the pit is full, it's sealed from the top. No electricity, no chemicals, no noise. Just the quiet work of physics and patience. Months later, when winter strips the fields bare, they open these pits again. And inside, fresh, firm sweet potatoes. Proof that ancient methods can still outsmart modern machines. This is how they store tons of...
They open it up months later, and that same guy is still down there. He's still stacking. I got this. What do you need? You just put your order in, and he hooks you up with a certain number of bushels. But no, it's kind of cool though. It's like a really big ancient storage method. Oh, this one's pretty interesting. Also kind of intense, you guys. It's it's from People's Post. People's Post. Oh wow. I don't want to go there. I want to go to a website. Oh, dude. You just chill. A woman without a brain turns 20 after doctors believed she wouldn't live past 4 years old. I can't listen to the music, but that is pretty intense. Born without a brain, but still living. Just shows you the resilience of the human body. I don't think we need to watch the whole thing. You guys can watch it if you would like. But yeah, she's definitely a fighter, living at 20. That is incredible. And I guess we'll stop it here. Maybe the next one. Cuteness.
Hey, you want to know the best part about pet cows, other than the fact that they're just big dogs? The cuteness aggression. Because here's the thing, we all have it. You see a cute cat, you see a cute kid, you just want to squeeze it, you know? But you can't. You can with these. Her face is the size of my body, so I can just give her a big squeeze like that, and she doesn't care. That didn't hurt. She loved it. That was such a forceful kiss. Didn't even affect her. Look at.
Didn't affect her.
I can slap instead of a boop, and it doesn't hurt her because she's a big girl. She's a big girl.
Yeah, big girl. Just a big girl.
See, I got it. You can get it out. She doesn't mind. You give her some scratches, she's like, squeeze the shit out of me. And look, I can even do this. Ready? I can do a full body
Mevans. Lacey Mevans.
Squeeze.
Or Lacey Evans. Sorry, Lacey M. Evans.
And you just feel better. You just feel better. It's great. 10 out of 10 recommend.
It seems like it would be a good time. What do you guys think? Squeezing a cow so hard that as hard as you can, and the cow just looks at you like, You love that lady? You've seen her before, Chris? Okay. All right, last one. This will be the last one.
6 vegetables you can plant once and harvest all year round.
Yes.
1. Chives. Simply plant red shallots in any flower pot. They not only have strong root division ability, but can also be harvested in multiple cycles, similar to chives. 2. Malabar spinach. This plant grows and propagates vigorously with minimal sunlight requirements. It can be continuously harvested by picking the leaves. 3. Chives. Once planted, they can be harvested for several years. They regrow after each cutting, and with adequate fertilization, they can be harvested repeatedly. 4. Pea shoots. They can be grown both hydroponically and in soil, with fast growth and a long harvesting period. 5. Water spinach. After each cutting, it regrows quickly. Planted in spring, it can be harvested from summer until late autumn. 6. Sweet potato leaves. These also continue to sprout new shoots after harvesting and can similarly be eaten until late autumn. Give it a try for your plants too. 6 vegetables you can plant once and harvest all year.
So, potato leaves are not edible, but he's saying sweet potato leaves are edible? I'm a little bit leery of that because potato leaves are like nightshade, or it's a poison. Poison. You hate picking peas? Yeah, picking peas. I hate me some picking peas too, Chris. Chris P. Do you know that all acorns are edible? Oh wait, okay, we gotta watch this too, sorry. We gotta watch this one too. Oh no, it's not a video. Every year I collect lots of acorns so that I can use the flour throughout the year. I also try to incorporate something wild into every meal. Personally, I think this not only keeps me healthier, it keeps me happier and connected to the hoop. Connected to the hoop. Not sure what that means. Did you know that all acorns are edible? Can be used to make flour substitute. That's pretty cool. Acorn flour. Acorn flour. I wonder what acorn bread tastes like. Acorn bread. Can you just... I'll take you up here after the show. Okay. Alright guys, let's go to the wheel. Acorn flour though. Interesting. Alright, let's see who's here. Who's in the house? Give me a hashtag something. Tell me something in there. Hit me in the chat. We got Alice and Chris and Sprout. You can sit right here while I type. Chris P. We got Jess. Rosebud Prime. We got Alice on the Facebook side. We got Andrew. We got Jess on the Facebook side. Who else? Betty. Hello, Betty. Acorn flour, right? Isn't that interesting? I mean, I feel like that'd be interesting to try. I don't really have any acorns around me, though. I went to see the doctor today, so I just got here. That's okay, Andrew. I hope it went all right, bro. Derek. I missed that. Good day, viewers. I missed something here. Hey, Lisa. Lisa, good day, viewers. I'm going to my computer. Someone please click this so that I have a notification to go to many. Okay. I didn't see that. I'm sorry. I was busy trying to read after several dabs. I don't know if anybody who watches the show knows that my reading skills do take a little bit of a hit. I gotta say, at least out loud reading skills. Okay, who else is here? Derek. What? Debbie. I think I got Alice twice. Yes. Jess twice. Doesn't Asperger's do that? Asparagus? Do what, Chris? Asparagus? I'm not sure. The keeps where you cut and come again. Well, just try to get some medicine before I head to Arkansas for Thanksgiving. Yeah, I hear that. You got to go back and make sure that they know that you're still the same person. You're like, yeah, I need some more. Can I get to the next amount? Okay, is that everybody? We've got 18 people watching and not nearly that many on the wheel. Chris, jump over to Facebook. Sure grown, you think he's gotten pretty big, Derek? I don't know if he'll get much bigger than that, but he is wiener dog. He's part wiener dog, so some wieners are long, some wieners are short, Let's see how long he gets. Can't you clip asparagus and you will keep maybe, but I think asparagus takes a little bit longer to grow. Huge, huh? Derek, you want to back out of that comment thread and just comment in the regular live chat. The Gremlin. I call him the Gremlin because he's very hard-headed. I guess evidently Chihuahuas have a lot of stubbornness. And then look at this. He just wants to show you guys. Excuse us, Facebook. We won't show it again. I promise. Rumble. It's all good over on Rumble. They're cool with it, but on Facebook, he's looking back like, what are you doing? Look, I turned him around. Oh, let's stay this way. Look over here. Okay. I think that's everybody. I'm looking for... oh, there's Chris. I see you, Chris. Chris P. I think that's it. Alice on both sides, Jess and Chris. Anybody else? Okay. Good luck, guys, and thank you for hanging out today. Tomorrow, people in the boxes, I was totally wrong. I thought for some reason it was like a holiday tomorrow. So what we're going to do is the current events episode for people in the boxes tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Central Time. So that will be interesting, to say the least, I think. After last week, I don't think we're going to have as many people in the boxes this week. It was a little bit chaotic. It was fun. It was fun, but we can't be doing that every week. It was kind of difficult to get through the game, in my opinion. Chris P, are you here? He's fried. Call me Chris P because I'm fried and married. When I get mad, I'm about to boil. Call me Chris P. Chris P. Chris P. Chris P. Chris P. I'm here, he said. I'm here, he said. Let's go. I'm hearing the lyrics to like your own rap, Chris. I'm gonna talk to AI about it and we'll see what we can come up with. Because it should be like they call me Chris P. Because when I get mad, I start to boil. When they do me wrong, they get fried in oil. You know what I mean? I think that's the start of a good song there, and I'm pretty sure AI could take it from there. You know what I mean? Like my doctor told me to cut back on the I don't know, is it saturated fats? Like the whole thing, the whole thing. AI could do it. Congrats, Chris, and thanks everybody for chilling. Let's see, we're out over the 2 hours. My dogs need out, so I will probably go hang out on Locals for a little bit, though, to watch a little bit of Kill Tony and chill, because I can go upstairs and let them out while that's playing. I'm going to do that right now. Let me get this off the screen. Yeah, tune in tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Central Time, for people in the boxes. Current events episode. Gonna talk about all kinds of things happening. Doesn't have to be in our personal lives. It can be a thing, like a story we saw happen, like a thing happening in the world that we witnessed, from the screen. All sorts of stuff. So it should be interesting. I'm not sure who's going to be available, but we're going to give it a try. Have a good day. Thank you. And terrible signal, Derek. Oh man, I'm sorry. Starlink's not doing so good over there in the Australia. You're really putting it through its test, though, for sure. Right, let me unshare this. Later, guys. I'll see you. If anybody's bored, I'll be over there on Locals, hanging out for a little bit. Put the dog away so I can actually get my hands back. Remember, we gotta keep these topics in our forefront, because in the culture, in the mainstream conversation, because there's always something that we aren't being told about our food and health and wellness, and because of that, we got to check it out. Well, that's what we do on Wednesdays. Why? Because everybody's got to eat.
Yeah, this is for my green thumbs in the game. Wailing the indoor farmer, check my name. Sustainability, we about to reclaim. This is how we do it, keep it in the frame. I'm Waylon the farmer, the indoor king. Living off the grid, what the city can't bring. Got my hydro set up, my LED lights. Growing all my greens, all through the night. Self-sustain, that's the mission. Growing my own, I'm not missing. Indoor farming, the hustle's real. Waylon